What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Birdcage. I'm your boy, the historian, Ryan Walker. But before we get this thing started, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button for us so we can continue to keep bringing you the great content that we bring you week in, week out, ball game in, ball game out with the Falcons every week. So sit back, relax, enjoy. We got a hell of a show coming up. Let's get it.
Okay, y'all, this is it.
Welcome back to the Birdcage. As I said, once again, I'm your boy, the historian Ryan Walker. We got a hell of a show lined up for you. And we also got a surprise guest coming in tonight that's been here before, but he definitely want an extra second helping of these lemon pepper wings or whatever. I'm going to bring him in a little bit. But before we bring in the special guest that we have tonight, we got the magnificent Birdcage crew. I'm joined by K-Dub and Graybeard tonight, better known as Glenn. What's going on, fellas?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Glad to be in the building once again on the rebound. When we just did a great pop-up show earlier. Glad to be back in the house with the historian, Mr. Graybeard TV, and our special guest to be named in a few minutes. But I mean, let's get into it, man. It's a great day to be a Falcon, and also yesterday. It's always a great day to be a Falcon, but right now, the moves we're making with Chef Terry cooking in that kitchen, making up them awesome Louisiana dishes. It's coming straight to the ATL with them. Hey, man, I can't help but be crunk, old school crunk right now. So let's get into it, though.
Hey.
Flick of the wrist.
This boy talking about flicking the wrist, dog. Hey, hold up. We ain't flicking no wrist around here tonight, man. Look, I gotta go ahead. I'm about to turn on this faucet or whatever because we got one half of the Water Boys in the building. We got Mr. B Rich in the building. What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the cage.
Yeah, what's up, y'all, man? It's a good day to be a Falcon fan, man. This ain't your daddy's Falcons, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm excited to be talking about what the moves we made today, bro.
Already good.
Boy, somebody line blowing up over there. Somebody line blowing up, boy. We might be getting some more players coming in. Y'all talking like that.
Hey,
so
I just got to do this one time for the one time. Fair you. If you know, man. Terry Fontenot, man. Fair you. He's in the kitchen right now, man. From Southwest. He get put to the test. He giving y'all this good old-fashioned ATL soul food that you're enjoying right now. So please, get you a second helping of the Falcon fan. If you're not excited right now to be a Falcon fan right now, do me a favor. Find the nearest wall that you have in your house and run at it at Mach 2. Because I don't know about you. I'm excited. I can't wait. Raheem Mork has been delivering so far ever since he got hired. So we need to go ahead and get this man a problem. Not just yet, but I just like the attitude and the energy that he can inject into the city. So let's go.
Yeah,
Agreed.
he ain't
Agreed.
done yet. We ain't
Yeah,
done.
he ain't done.
That's all I want you to know. We ain't done yet.
He ain't done yet. You already
Let's
know how
go.
it go. So again,
Hey, for real.
let's go ahead and get into this thing real
For
quick,
real,
man.
Bree.
So
For real, Bree. For real.
now,
Tell him.
unfortunately, we've hit the injury bug, of course.
Yeah.
But let's just look at it like this: anytime there's a shortcoming, or anytime it's a hardship, it's always a blessing at the end of the rainbow. Pretty much, that's pretty much how it's designated. You know, you look at the Israelites. I'm a little biblical right now. I'm feeling it. I ain't
Uh-oh.
gonna no,
Uh-oh.
don't. You ain't got to pull out the organ yet.
Oh, no, not yet.
But
Not
think
yet.
about
Not
it.
yet.
The Israelites wandered in the desert for 40 years before they got to see the promised land. The
Mm-hmm.
Falcon faithful have been wandering in the desert for 66 years.
Whew.
I'm just saying, since 1966, we've been wandering. So now we might have our promised leader with Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot. That's pretty much your Moses and your Aaron for my biblical scholars out there. I'm going biblical on y'all for a little bit. Guess
Got you.
what? All the weak-hearted Falcon fans fell off during the hard times. There's no need to try to come back now because it's a lot of people that wanted to get rid of Terry Fontenot when stuff got bad, but Terry had to work with what he had and had to get everything squared away. So again, looking at what we have right now with the Falcons, we got a lot of promise right now. A lot of promise.
Man,
And
oh, man.
my man B Rich my man B Rich has been saying this since the day that I met him on another podcast with Berto. He said we going to the Super Bowl. He said that the first time I met him.
Hey man, why not? Why not this year? I
Why
mean, we've been
not?
Falcon fans. I've been a fan since '80, bro.
Hey,
It's like
hey,
it's time we do. Like, why can't this be our year? Like, I was talking to B Mac, man, Brian McFadden, man, and I want all you fans out there to remember this. We provide the energy. When you walk into a room or you walk into a building and your energy is negative and it's like, oh no, this year we're not gonna do. The players feel that energy. So if you come to the stadium and you have that energy, like y'all
yeah,
boys
we
do
gonna get
it,
there.
we're gonna win, they're gonna feel that. And in return, that's gonna come out of the game. I know y'all may not believe that, but your words, your thoughts, and your feelings have power, bro. You speak it into existence and watch it change your life. Practice the law of
Facts.
attraction. It's just a scientific way of breaking down faith. But I got faith that the Falcons are going to go to the Super Bowl this year. We're going to win. It's our time, bro. I'm excited about our coach. I'm excited about the moves we're making. This ain't your daddy's Falcons. In the past, we'd be like, hey, man, this free agent right here, this player right here. And we never get him. We need defensive ends. We need defensive tackles. We go get a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? We go get a backup punter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of moves that the Falcons make. This time, bro, Trice gets hurt. Rondell Moore gets hurt. The safety gets hurt. What do? We go get a veteran all-pro receiver. We go get an all-pro safety. We go get an all-pro defensive.
He
Somebody,
play both. He a specialist, dog.
you get what I'm saying? Like, when has the Falcons done anything like that?
Never.
Never.
And so
Never.
these
Never.
Falcons, y'all. That's not that.
Never.
This ain't that.
And
But
that's
here's
the
the
thing.
thing.
Granddaddy Falcon, huh?
And the one thing I've been preaching on, and these cats can vouch for me on this, I said hands down, Terry he had to have those handcuffs taken off. Been saying that for day one. I said if they actually get Rich McKay out of the way, stop meddling, let this man work, it pretty much was gonna work. We've been saying this since day one on this show. Been saying it since he stepped foot in there.
Yeah,
And we
we
all
did
said the
scream that.
problem was he inherited Arthur Smith. He didn't get Arthur Smith. He inherited Arthur Smith, which was a
Read.
problem. And and we've heard many NFL analysts speak on this and say this wasn't the team that he wanted. Originally, the team that Arthur Smith wanted, that wasn't the team he wanted. Terry wanted to build it totally different. But again, he had no say-so in that situation. But now that he cleared the books, he gave us a top 10 defense and number 1 red zone defense in the league last year. He pretty much has earned the right to run this show the way that he needed to. Because we went salary cap hell when this man came through. We gave him the nickname EBT Terry. That was his nickname. Because he was able to bring in guys with literally an EBT card that played. So
we had all kind of names. Cheapskate Terry.
Tightwad Terry. But guess what?
Tightwad Terry.
But you know what we got? But you know what you got to call him? A damn genius. That's what you got to call him.
Let's get it, Terry.
Yes, sir. That's what you got to call him.
If this Michael Penix pick pan out, a couple years from now, you're gonna be looking at the. I put out a clip of everybody how they felt when they drafted Mahomes, and they ripped the GM apart. Ripped him apart. Mahomes ain't this. Mahomes ain't that. You got Shannon Sharp saying this. You got Chris Carter. You got all the experts ripping that pick. And that GM, whoever it was for Kansas City, he looks like a genius. I hope Terry Fontenot gets that same recognition, man, because he's showing me something. And you know what? And it's one of us, man. And I mean, I ain't racist or nothing, but come on, man. Like y'all gotta show the man some respect, and we gotta hope for the best for him. And we gotta wish for the best that it goes good. Because I'm at the end of the day, white, black, blue, or brown, we all Falcons fans, and it feels good that we have a GM that's making moves that we've been wanting for the longest. Absolutely. And so let's hope this pans out. Let's hope that everybody's up to par. Let's hope the injuries go away, and let's do it, man.
Yeah, that's my main thing, man. Is keep the injury bug away. Hopefully he done stung what he need to sting here on the Falcons, and we have less injury plagued season the rest of the way, man. To get some of these guys back for this Super Bowl run we going on now. Cause now we official now. We the talk of the league. Ain't nobody doing it like we doing it. I'm just saying.
Damn right.
It's at a point now where we ain't a joke no more. The joke's on you. Yeah. Y'all laugh when we took Penix, but guess what? The quarterback room is solidified. So if anything happens, and I'm knocking on wood, if anything happens to Cousins, guess what? We got somebody who can step in. He'll take his bumps and bruises, but he's good enough to get that ball down the field and get it to playmaker, pretty much, even as a rookie. So again, I'm happy with the moves that we've made. The man addressed the defensive line. But before we get into that, we got to get into a small injury report. Jakeem Grant, new wide receiver that we ended up bringing in, first day at practice pretty much was hobbled. Not saying that he's out for a long time, but we don't know yet. It's probably day-to-day at this point. Ruka Roro, day-to-day with his shoulder. And, I mean, the good thing is we already know Helms is going to be back probably by the middle to the end of the season. At least he's coming back, so we still have more depth in that defensive backs room, which we need. And honestly, the injury report has been filled because now we have Judon, and now you have SWAT Dog is what I call him, Simmons. SWAT Dog Simmons. That's what I call him. That's his nickname, SWAT Dog.
Okay.
So
this is how I'm gonna call it. You got SWAT Dog Simmons in the back, and then you got the Red Dog and Mr. Judon coming off the edge. And if anybody from Atlanta and you know about the Red Dogs or whatever, you know what's happening. They love to hunt.
Clifford.
Hey, real quick, man. Somebody briefly talk about the wide receiver that we got and the one that you said is banged up. Tell me, he's a Pro Bowler, right? He was a Pro Bowler punt returner, right?
Grant is, but the problem that he's had with his career has been he's fought through injuries his whole career. He's never really been a healthy guy, but when he's on the field, he's very electric. He's a guy that could be dangerous if you ever gave him any space. He's pretty much 4.3, 4.2 speed, just like we had with Rondale Moore.
And who was he playing for the past couple of years?
He's played for the Dolphins. He's played for a couple of organizations. He's been around the league for a little while.
All right. And then
last team we were going with the Bills, wasn't it?
Yep. That was
all right. So for everybody that's not aware, tell us about the guy we got from New England. Talk about him a little bit and tell us a little bit about him and what's going on with him.
So, Mr. Judon, we actually were gonna get to that in a minute. We actually had another topic we had to jump.
Oh,
on.
my bad, man. I'm sorry. This your show. I'm
It's
excited.
okay. Listen, it's okay. I know you done dip your finger into the bowl of hot wings or whatever. You getting them lemon peppers, dog. So hey, go ahead and munch, but I
Don't
got
take
you,
up
bro.
all the flat.
All right, cool.
He can take the flats, man. He
but
a guest, man. Leave him alone. It's a
if
whole
you're
bunch of flats in the back.
yeah. No, he ain't stepping on no toes doing that. Like I say, you know, we happy to
He
have.
just excited like all of us.
We want to
now
have. We're glad to have one half of the Water Boys in the building.
Exactly.
But you know, we wanted to detail and pulled up his film last night. If you were a dedicated follower of the Birdcage, you probably seen that last night. But you know, it was very intense, and it was a very good breakdown of his story and letting them know about that four-time.
And here's the thing, and I'll pull it back up again tonight for the ones who didn't see it from the pop-up show. I'll pull it up. So Rich, I got you covered on that one, fam.
All right.
Now we're gonna pull that back up.
Now here's something that's going on right now when you talk about Jesse Bates and you got Kirk Cousins right now, Kirkwood, Mr. Kirkwood, and you got Bankhead Bates.
Bacon.
They literally have become friends on the field and off the field. Now, when you talk about the leadership in that locker room, you have two veterans. Now, we've talked about veterans being together in this locker room and having some leadership. You got two guys that compete hard. They talk trash to each other every day, pretty much go after each other, but on the field, they're unified. They try to help each other out. Iron sharpens iron. So when you talk about a friendship like that, and these guys have been battle tested, going to the playoffs, going through losses, they've gone through the ups and downs. Bates played in the Super Bowl. So you have another Super Bowl caliber player to go along with Grady that's on that defense that's played at the big games. Now, when you look at the friendship that's going to come, that leadership from that quarterback position and that safety position is going to be key for this team, period. You got the back end where he's going to be covering for the linebackers and pretty much everybody. He's going to see everything, and he's going to have to put people in spots to make plays. But now he's got a helper that's going to be able to do the same thing that has a high IQ. But now you have Kirk Cousins literally learning how to go against and throw against ball-hawking safeties every day. Every day. So when you look at that friendship and that leadership, that's going to roll off, and that competition breeds competition. So this is a totally different Falcons team. So when you got two of your leaders competing and they're good off the field as well as trying to get guys better on the field, that plays out big time. So Rich, question for you, bro. Now you were in the music game at one point, and you look at
I'm still in music.
And you still in the music game. I gotta remember, I'm sorry, but you're still heavy in the music game and whatnot. As a producer and an engineer, your artist can only go as far as you take with the sound.
I mean, I'm not a producer or engineer. Well, I have produced some records, but yeah, your sound is everything. Your sound is important. If you're not giving out a quality sound, what for? You know, like it was a couple in the age of when YouTube hit and Soulja Boy hit. You know, you heard some songs slip through that was hits that went viral, but it still sound like shit. You know, it ain't been many to really break through that way with audio and mixing and mastering not up to par. So definitely that's important. Your sound is everything. Now what people like, that's on another thing. You know what I'm saying? But as long as it's sounding good and you bumping it in your car, you're bumping it in the clubs, bumping on your computer, your phone, as long as it sounds good in your headphones or whatever, that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? But I remember some songs were distorted. I remember when when that first came out, before they remixed it, it was very distorted, but it went viral.
Yes, sir. And pretty much when you look at everything, when you talk about it, Terry Fontenot is this producer. He's got pretty much two big-time leaders when you talk about Jesse Bates and you got Kirk Cousins, pretty much like your rappers in the studio and whatnot. Him and Raheem Morris, that's your producer, your engineer right there that's pretty much laying down the track, getting everything ready. But now you got your two big-time players on the team. And I'm not knocking Grady because Grady also is a leader on this team too. But the guys that's been in the forefront that a lot of people have been talking about, now you have them coming along, taking vocal leadership positions on the team. Now, when you look at that, how do you feel as if this regime is changing when it comes to the identity of this football team compared to what we've grown up to see as Falcon fans?
I think it's the energy. I think it's the energy that they're injecting not only into the organization, into the fan base. I mean, people are actually getting more excited about the football team, and I think Terry Fontenot is the spearhead for that. That man been steadfast since the time we got him. He had a vision and he had a plan, and now that he finally starting to execute that plan more efficiently, right now we're starting to see some things really turn. Like people have been talking about the splash that we made in free agency all day for the past 2 days. I mean, recently, because we never made splashes like that, especially when people went down. We always went to the bargain bin. We always did kind of like that to try to patch it up. He actually went and got players that not only fit the scheme, that will produce, and they're proven. They're all pros.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just think what Terry Fontenot and Raheem are doing, man, they pretty much all right. Look, man, let's go ahead and put this plan into action. And now the fan base, like I said earlier, is starting to buy into it. You know what I'm saying. So I mean, the team is getting energized, and then you see the confident. Kirk Cousins confident. Jesse Bates confident.
Yeah.
Grady just came off an injury. He looked confident. So I mean, you just starting to see a little bit of that old ATL swagger that we used to have back in the day. Now it's starting to make a little bit of a reemergence.
Yeah, to piggyback off what Graybeard was just reiterating is, man, it's like it's a new energy, it's a new swag in the building. Soon as Ross stepped in the building, I knew what was gonna happen anyway. I mean, it just now it's came into fruition, and it's actually moving along faster than I thought it would. I mean, I'm very surprised, very shocked, and I'm ecstatic at the moves that Terry's making. I feel like that kinship, that two dope boys and the Cadillac, like I've been speaking and saying on for the longest, is really coming to fruition, man. I mean, those guys really like coming to work together. They really like being in the same room and being acquainted with each other, working together. So I think they got a great partnership that'll be together for years to come in the city of Atlanta, and they will bring us home a Super Bowl very shortly. Not in a couple years, but I think right away. Uh, within the
I
next
agree.
within the next 2 years, or maybe even three, we may get a couple of them if we play our cards right and we bring in the correct players. And I think we would have done that.
I agree, Bree. I agree.
So I'm gonna go ahead and play this right quick because we actually had Rich wanted to see what Judon was working with. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this out here for him or whatnot. So I gotta say fair use, fair use, fair use. We're
Fair
gonna go
use.
ahead and bring back the
Very
Matthew
juice.
Judon, the Matthew Judon highlights or whatnot of him being the 33rd player of the top NFL's top 100 this year. Last year he was number 52. So fair use, fair use, fair use. This is pretty much what you're gonna get when you get this guy.
What had players jumping to vote for Matthew Judon for the top 100? Maybe it was his 15 and a half sacks.
Pressured by Judon. He's sacked by Judon.
Oh man, Matthew Judon is a force.
Like already at them across the line, and Judon pushed us back.
The little nose like wipe thing, I mean, with the red sleeves is honestly hysterical.
Where'd you come up with it?
Man, don't worry about the sauce. You don't give the sauce away. You keep the sauce.
Judon on Sundays, it's amazing to watch.
You're going to ask me for my top 100. I'm going to put him at number one.
Pressured, sack. Judon is there in those red sleeves.
He's exceptional as far as just beating the tackles off the ball and just kind of like getting off the pass blocking.
Let's go.
Goff fumbles. It's scooped up. Duggar has it. Matt Judon becomes the first Patriot with a sack in each of the first 5 games of the season.
Fair use. I got to pause it real quick because when you let it go. So that's just a little bit of what you're getting with him, Rich. He's quick off the edge, strong with the bull rush. He's one of those guys that you do have to account for because he quietly can mess up a whole game for you if you don't plan for him. Period. He's one of those guys that you definitely have to plan for.
What about you gonna pull up some Simmons? Show the people some of that.
I'm gonna pull it up, but we getting some folks talking. This here. I got this right here.
But you know who happy though? You know who really happy? Grady Jarrett. Because now you really can't double him like that.
He got some horses he can run it with now.
Yeah, now he got some extra firepower. I know Grady was like, "Thank you, G." Thank you, Lord.
So now you pretty much got to see a little bit of what he can do. Rich, what do you think about what you've seen so far? When you look at him coming off the edge, you see how he bull rushes, you see how he swims inside, and he's very fundamentally sound when he uses his hands too. How do you feel about the little bit that you've seen so far?
All right, well, don't jump the gun for what I'm about to say. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot the messenger. But it seems like we ain't had no one like this since Abraham. You know, he big and strong, bull rush. Like some of them highlights brought back some of that. All right, that's another type Abraham type of guy that we got. Not saying it's Abraham, but some of the plays I seen brought flash. Like the one he just blew up the play in the backfield against the Browns. Like wow, he came from the right side and just came in, pushed the tackle or the guard right into the running back. That's what Abraham used to do.
And the one thing I agree with you when he has that first step like Abraham, but the way he uses his hands and how he fights, his hand movement is a little bit like Chuck Smith. Very fundamentally sound with his hands. If you look, when you're seeing him battle those offensive linemen, you're seeing him underneath that shoulder pad and he's ripping underneath and he's getting that bend inside. Now, that quick first step, that is exactly like Abraham, but you're adding that with a little bit of like we said, Big Chuck Smith's handwork. That's nasty.
Yeah.
It's nasty work.
I say he plays. So I say he plays like more like Biscuit, not Biscuit, but Chuck Smith. But he may have the impact of Abraham.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. I think one, it's gonna help all the young guys we drafted. I wish Mike Trice would still be here. Two. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Keep going till I think of it. It's something important that I want to say. But definitely. I feel like he's gonna help the youngsters on the line get to where he's going. Let me remember my thought, man.
Yeah, he's gonna
take your time, man. You good?
Yeah, I mean, but he's gonna like to kind of piggyback back off of B. Richard saying he's gonna be an impact to the young guys on the team, be a mentor.
If I'm AK, I'm trying to pick this man brain from day one. Just trying to focus up everything that he's trying to teach me, especially when he's trying to get, especially because AK really ain't developed no move to get to the quarterback. So now you bring in a 4-time Pro Bowler who can bull rush, who can swing move. I mean, if I'm him, man, I'm trying to focus up everything.
But the same thing, the same token, it's just like the mentorship and the leadership that Kirk Cousins is showing the Penix. I mean, you get to see a all-pro work. You see how he comes to work, how he watches film, how he practices, how he go about his business. Man, that's the main thing.
I'm sorry. You know what snowball for me was when Rondale Moore got hurt. I just had a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, "Fuck," you know what I'm saying? Then when
no F-bomb.
When Trice got hurt, dang. Then when the safety got hurt, dang, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the feeling you had was like, dang.
All the air went out the balloon when you saw that dude go down.
And so with these two moves plus the wide receiver move, the hot air balloon is a rocket now, man. It's like, we got a better safety now. I know I was going to ask. We got a pass rusher that's by far the best pass rusher on the team. And the receiver, y'all talking about, hey, that's a hit or miss. But what if we hit? Now the question I was going to ask before I lost my train of thought, the Hassan guy that got traded to the Jets, how much better is he than him, or they're about equal?
Honestly, I'll say this here. Judon is up there with, and we actually posted this on Facebook a couple of days. I posted this yesterday. Judon is actually up there with Osa and Garrett in the freshman quarter. Now, Hassan Reddick has been a solid player and has been an exceptional pass rusher, but last year was a bit of a down year for him. But again, when they went to that Super Bowl, he was definitely one of the most dominant players in the league at that time. And he's been dominant since he's been in the NFL. But again, he's holding out with the Jets right now because I guarantee you that contract and that organization is a mess. Because think about it. Mecole Hardman left Kansas City, a world championship team, to go there to get a payday. And he said he was happy as hell to get up out of there because it was so much dysfunction and just nasty. you coming from, think about it. Hassan Reddick was coming from Philly where he was ready to leave because they weren't going to pay him. And you go into an organization that's worse. Philly actually has structure. And the beautiful thing about Atlanta now, Terry is building the structure here so players understand. We're not going to have a losing mentality here. If you're not going to work, you, like we say here in the Birdcage, you either get right or you get left. And you're going to get left right out in the cold if you don't come here and perform. Period. Terry don't mind cutting star players. He's done it. So again, I think we got the best out of. I'll tell you this: we got the best player between him and Reddick. Reddick's around, I think maybe a year older, or they're around the same age. But when you talk about production on the field, Judon had 32 sacks in the last 38 games that he's played, and last year he was on pace to get double-digit sacks till he tore his bicep.
Yeah, I think the difference is you didn't see Judon like more recently. He played in 4 games last year, but you just didn't see him recently because of the injury. But if he played last year, you seen him more like you seen Reddick. But I think we got the better out of the two. I'm sure we did our homework and looked over our notes and everything. We picked the best guy for the Falcons.
Yeah, and also if we're also looking at Judon, we don't know if we're gonna have him short term or long term, because we already know he's gonna be trying to prove a point to Kinga on why you should really get ready to spend this money on either keeping him or auditioning for another team to go ahead and grab him, because he's gonna be playing hard this year.
Now, for us to give up a 3rd round pick, we're gonna be trying to sign him to at least a 2 or 3 year deal or something.
Yeah,
exactly. Because you're not just gonna give up a 3rd round pick like that if you're not gonna keep a guy here that has the potential to at least give you a good 3 or 4 years. Period. Just like Jesse Bates.
And we need to get these deals done ASAP. Like, don't let them linger around.
Hey, would y'all do a 5th and a 6th for Hassan?
No,
he's not worth the 5th and the 6th.
And we done gave up enough picks already. We're
looking at cap space too now. We ain't gonna have that much cap.
Now, here's something I'm gonna bring up for you guys, because we're sitting here talking about free agency. After we talk about this, I'm gonna bring up some of Justin Simmons highlights for you guys too.
All right.
Taylor Heineke right now, a lot of people don't know this, but the New York Giants are looking for a backup quarterback, and the Falcons have actually been in talks with the New York Giants about Taylor Heineke becoming a backup for the Giants and actually giving them a 5th round pick.
And then we'll take whatever pick they give us.
It's a 5th or a 6th round pick that they're talking. But
either
either way,
4th round pick would be good.
I'm trying to ask for a 4th.
That's too high for him, Glenn. That's too high.
I know
he's not that good for a 4th round.
I'm with you, Glenn. We can ask for a 4th, and then
you ain't gonna. Okay. Here's the thing.
First off, ask for first, and then work your way down.
Yeah.
Look, y'all. See, this is why we can't have y'all up in that board.
What you mean?
Y'all.
Ask Kai, and then you shoot for the stars.
And you shot for the strategy.
But here's the thing: You talk about shooting for the stars, but here's the problem with shooting for these stars with this cat. This dude has been nothing but a damn sparkler that you light on the 4th of July and you hold in your hand. He ain't been no kind of Roman candle, no kind of firecracker.
But he's got a lot of film on him, man, and he's been proving that he can do it.
He beat up twice.
For Arthur Smith, he didn't do it.
And he definitely didn't do it last week when he had his opportunity.
I mean, he held nobody. He was playing with all 3rd, 4th stringers.
Yeah, that center was bad. That center was awful.
That center was bad, yes. But at the same time, you're a veteran. You're a proven vet.
He should have played.
And the funny part about it is you let a rookie upstage you. Now, you know he's going to be starting. You know he's going to be in front of you because he's a 1st round pick. But on the other hand, you let a rookie upstage you and you're a vet and you've been a starter for an organization and you should honestly be able to hold down a backup job. And you just lost that to the rook.
That wasn't a good look if we're trying to trade him.
Exactly. That's not a good look if we're trying to trade him. If you lose your job to the rook like that as a 2nd stringer, that is not a good look. So that's going to appreciate that value.
If he turns around this week and has a bad game, it's going to be really hard to trade him.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, K-Dub.
Yeah.
Do you think El DeBarge can get dark as me before that dude actually play well? I'm asking the truth Because El DeBarge got a better chance of getting black as an ace of spade before this joker here do his thing.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
Heineken.
be real with you on that.
Heineken.
Yes.
I mean, like I said, I mean, we need to trade him ASAP. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You might as well get something for him right now because
we should have
we
traded him
also
after the draft.
think about it. The Falcons hit the hot spots from the 3rd round all the way down to the 7th round. That's when we normally we've done well with Penix, but if you look at the history, we do great within those middle rounds. That's when we have our sweet spots, and that's when we find a lot of great players. And if you look at it, us losing a 5th round pick, that's one of our great areas where we picked up great players. So
now we short a 3rd and a 5th.
Yeah. So right now you want to try to get at least a 5th or a 6th right now to compensate losing that 5th round pick that you're gonna lose for that draft.
But one thing about Terry can always in the upcoming next year's draft, which we're not thinking about, that man can always get them picked back because he just got that juice right now. And
Man, Terry looking like I'm gonna take it back old school for you. Hey Rich, I'm gonna take it back to one of the legends that you probably know from back in the day or whatnot that raised me on them Alpines. Terry's still bucking like Fido's 4 Trey. Shout out to Backbone, man.
Whoa,
I gotta go old school Atlanta for y'all three for a little bit.
Rock the party.
I think Terry is rewriting the concrete law for everybody right now. So we just getting it in. But fair use. This is just
Simmons.
I like it.
Are respecting this league? You take it.
Taking things is why Justin Simmons is again on the top 100.
Justin Simmons, who has intercepted Patrick Mahomes more than anybody in the National Football League.
Since he was drafted by Denver in 2016, Simmons leads the NFL in interceptions with 30.
Oh, man, just the ball hawk. That's the first thing I think about when I think of Justin Simmons.
And that is Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons, once again.
Hard hitter. Like, he's a physical guy. We always in our room would say, he was one of the best guys as far as his position in the NFL, obviously. That was a guy we kind of had to key on and where was he at and, what's he doing.
Underrated part about his game, too, is his tackling ability. Post-playing guy who comes out the post with vengeance. Also a guy who can be in the box.
I had a
like
pause
it.
there. I had a pause.
Like it. I like it.
So for all y'all saying about Mr. Richie Grant, that is how you come down in the box and hold up and make a tackle, sir.
Why you bring him up?
Oh,
you damn right I'm bringing him up. This is the man who taking this spot. That's right.
Hey, man, like you got one thing that we missing. We got a leader. You saw how he was talking in front of everybody. He's gonna lie. He's gonna get everybody motivated. And he's lead the league 30 interceptions since he's come in. And then how about this? How about we go and say when we play the Chiefs, that he get a pick against Mahomes? Let's go and make a prediction.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what they said at the beginning of that? He's the only DB in the NFL that has intercepted Patrick Mahomes the most.
Yeah, that's why I said that. That's why I said that because I was listening.
You
got Jesse.
That's why I'm laughing about it.
You got Jesse Bates and you got Simmons. I mean, and from what I understand is they didn't release Simmons on his play. They released him because of his contract. So the talent's still there. And I just looked at it, man. We got 2 top 100 players and free, bro. Like they didn't trade this dude. How can you not be excited? How can you not be excited? And then check this out. This defense is we're gonna have depth. We're gonna have a lot of depth. So that means Richie Grant gonna ball. They're not gonna be tired. All these two boxes all out, man. Because if you're behind those 2 great safeties, what you gonna do? You gonna learn.
Yeah,
you gonna learn.
Still got Clark Phillips the third, man. We still got
Richie will come out of this better.
We got
yes, exactly, bro. K-Dub 100% agree with you.
I just I know freaking if I'm a Falcon fan, man, and I'm looking at this defense from the front,
Ooh, they
and
scary.
then I'm
No,
looking
boy.
at at the back end, you got pretty much 2 Pro Bowlers on this. Man, come on, bro. Let go.
The question is who you going. The question is this: who you gonna throw at? Because now you got guys that can cover from pretty much covering the deep thirds, and they can go from sideline to sideline. Both of them can. So again, if you get Simmons to drop down and cover up under where the linebacker's a blitzing and he can actually cover the middle of the field, go sideline to sideline, and you got Bates over the top, who are you gonna beat? And then you still got D. Alford you got to worry about. Clark Phillips III. Again, you have guys who can actually cover. AJ got a lot of help now. AJ got a lot of help. So now,
if I'm AJ, I'm expired.
Show me the damn money right now. That's what AJ said.
If I'm AJ right now, I'm expired.
Exactly. All I can say is this: you gotta be ludicrous to be out here and just be sad right now.
Yeah.
I'm in that Mike Tyson zone. I'm ready to knock folks out.
I know.
Like
I
early,
know that.
look at 19. Look, the Falcons defense. I'm gonna tell you this here. We love Evander Holyfield because Holyfield is our warrior. That's our battle-tested champ. We always gonna love Holyfield.
Oh, yeah,
that's my favorite fighter. But this defense, I need them to have the mindset of Mike Tyson. We taking you out early.
Eat your children.
Mm-hmm. Already, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, that does not reflect the members that's on this panel. That is Glenn Smalls, aka Graybeard, who said that about children. We do not play about.
I did not mean that.
Let me see, Minty.
You said that, not me.
I pray you didn't mean it.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, you had a mentality like Mike Tyson, though.
Fair use. Well, we talking about Tyson. Did you hear me? I said Tyson at 88, knocking people out. I ain't say nothing about when he lost his mind after he got out of prison. So, getting back to Mr. Simmons, whatnot, I'm gonna play a little bit more of his footage, and then we're gonna talk about a couple of other topics before we get to the Ravens, and then we're gonna start letting fans into here with us.
Create those tackle for losses.
He's definitely a rangy guy. Put him in the half, put him in the post, and you're not throwing the ball there. You know what I'm saying? And even if you throw it elsewhere, he might show up.
He often plays his best against the best. Coming into Week 8, the Broncos had lost 16 straight against the Chiefs. Simmons led a dominant Denver defense that stopped that streak.
If I could pick one, it's probably his interception in Kansas City. Just how he anticipates plays, how he plays it, doesn't second guess it, just goes with his instincts.
Throws the ball on the run. That ball is intercepted. Picked up by Justin Simmons. 5th time he's gotten Mahomes in his career.
His anticipation of the route, getting over there.
When you're on the field with him, he knows everything that's happening. Justin, he's field to field with it.
And the Broncos today on the good side of a game against Kansas City, which hasn't happened since 2015.
So
I love it.
Pretty much that's the end of the video right there, and you pretty much got to see the football IQ, and you got to see pretty much everything that this man brings to the table. So when you look at this, you got two guys that pretty much do the same exact thing.
So that move right there made our defense put it up there, man. That one move right there on that and that secondary made our defense that much tougher, bro.
I agree. Coach
But this is the funny part. We ended up stealing this guy.
For free.
Remember this, we stole this cat because the Aints was trying to get it. They tried.
They tried.
We literally committed highway robbery without a gun. And they have more money than we do. And he said, nah, I want to come to Atlanta where I know I got a shot to play. And they got a lot of talent.
Hey, shout out to Chris Lindstrom for restructuring his contract to make this happen.
Yeah, shout out.
Agreed.
Best guard in the game right now, Mr. Lindstrom. And an even better teammate.
That man, he restructured his contract to make that happen, bro.
That means he want to win.
He want to win, man.
And remember this, they were teammates in Boston College. So again, he looked out for one of his own.
Dang, gave that man
That's
8
why you
minutes.
historian.
Teammate right
That's why
there.
you
Teammate
historian.
right there.
You give out fun facts like that. Didn't know that.
So again, when you look at and just think about it, and then you got Matt Ryan, who came out of Boston College, who
Man, the ice, huh?
everybody want to talk about him and his name, best quarterback in our franchise. Love
Yeah.
Vic, but Matt got all the records, got the MVP, and literally, pretty much was one of the best, got all the records and everything, and definitely is still a spokesman for the Falcons, still to this day. And Matt had a little bit to do with that too. So when you look at that connection, people don't realize that people come out of programs.
Is that a fact, or are you just guesstimating?
I'm not guesstimating anything. If I speak on it, it's gold.
So Matt Ryan has spoken up and said something about that. That's crazy.
Behind closed doors, you got to remember.
That's hard. That's super hard.
You got to remember, and you understand this because you play ball or whatnot. It's just like in the music game, like you now. You guys network with everybody because everybody's still doing the same thing. Even though Matt is done, he played a little bit of part into that recruiting because you got another Boston College guy who can explain to him because Matt was here for 14, 15 years in this city, and he still lives here. So I guarantee you he gave him the heads up saying, hey, if you play hard, they're going to ride with you. But they also going to let you know about it if you don't play well. So I guarantee you he got the ins and outs from a guy that spent pretty much his whole career here.
Hey, fellas. Like before we got Kirk Cousins, I just knew his name, and I called him Goofy because he hit his head on the goalpost and just knocked himself out. But I'm not. I had a chance to go to Buford when they practiced at the high school, and I'm telling you, man, Cousins that real deal, and just listening to him and watching his energy. Oh, he's a leader out there, man. I think he came to the perfect situation, and I think it reminds me of Chris Chandler when we went to the Super Bowl against Denver. Like how Chris Chandler, when he went back and he made a decision, the ball always hit the receiver, hit Mathis, hit whoever, man, Tony Martin, all them guys, man. It was just pinpoint on the money. And that's what I saw from Kirk Cousins. Every time in practice, man, he made a decision, he threw the ball. And when I tell you only the receiver can get it, it was no question about a defender coming close to the ball. I was like, I watched Ritter so much. Every time he threw the ball, somebody would. It's like, oh, shit. But you know what I'm saying, it was amazing. It was amazing throw through defenders. I ain't see that with Kirk, man. I just saw a lot of safe throws, man, for sure.
Yeah. Look at Cam.
Hey, so we got. You know what? See, anytime you mention that name, this is Coach Cam. This is one of our guys right here. He's out the way out in Arizona. He's a Georgia cat too from Atlanta, but he's out. He's coaching high school ball, so he's in and out when he can be. But anytime you say that name, Cam gets a headache.
Who?
Hell, he get a headache every time somebody say Riddle.
We don't even want to say it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it to you. I'm not gonna do it to you.
Yeah,
But here's the thing though. We ain't seen. Listen, you shouldn't have a headache the day after the way that Terry brought them groceries in the house.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
You shouldn't even have a headache. Thank God for these groceries.
He brought them 5-star groceries, man.
No. You said Ritter. Ooh, headache.
He did it to him again. But
Man, if you don't let that go, that boy out there in the state, that boy out there in the same state with you in Arizona. He plays for a team with a bird, but it ain't the Falcons.
Ooh.
But let's get back to it, man. So the Falcons defense, and this is just not opinion, this is what I can see. The Falcons defense in the first 7 games are going to have to set the tone until the passing rhythm in the passing game gets down, because you got to remember, we still have guys that are injured right now, and we still have guys that are still learning this playbook, which is new for a lot of guys. And we still can run the ball at will. That's something that we can do wholeheartedly. We got 2 backs that can go get it, but now you have your passing game, another intricacy to this offense, and it's going to be a spread. It's going to be a spread offense. And when you look at it, the defense is going to have to win ball games for us until everybody gets comfortable. I believe by game 7 and 8, that passing game is going to be precise. Hopefully it's before then, but I'm giving those guys at least 7 games to get familiar with each other, get Zach Robinson comfortable in that chair where he can trust Kirk Cousins to make throws, because it looks good right now in practice, but there's a level of trust that he has to have when these guys are actually going through, and it takes time. It's just like a good roux. you got to take your time. You can't burn it. You got to take your time and let it come together right now before you put your, before you make it your gravy for your shrimp and grits. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta make it
Man, that
thick,
smell.
nice and consistent. And this is something that this offense is gonna do. It's gonna be consistent with throwing the football. So again, how do y'all feel about the defense being the focal point of this team while this passing game gets down? Because we know when that passing game clicks, nobody's stopping it.
Coach Cam.
Well, for me, the identity of this team is the defense because last year we thought it was going to be the running game, but if we truly look at the defense, it carried the team the whole year. Outside of maybe the last 5, maybe 6 games, the defense kept us in games that were actually winnable that we should have won. So when you add a piece like a Justin Simmons to go with Judon, now you're giving those guys the ability to stretch, to do things on the field that they've never had to do before. So the offense only has to come in and just play, clean up to what the defense is already going to do. So I don't really see much of a difference because, again, when you have guys like Gary Gray leading that secondary, we saw what we did last year with Dollar General players. We were ranked in the top 10 for most of the season. We finished out the season ranked top 12. You have a 4-time Pro Bowler, all-teamer in Justin Simmons. You have a guy who I want to say is a 2-time all-teamer in Judon to go with Grady Jarrett, Zach Harrison, and those guys. So now you give AJ Terrell the ability to actually sit on his routes where he's not going to get beat as often. So now you get to let those corners really let their ears back and go after the ball. So now we're going to see a lot more turnovers and havoc on the field. And then CP3 is going to come along beautifully because now he gets to play his actual position freely. He doesn't have to be all over the field and have to play in the run game and all that. You got those guys up front. So the defense is already ahead of the game. They just have to gel. At this point, they just have to gel with each other.
Yeah. Learn to play with each other. They ready to go now. And keep the injury bug away.
Hell has frozen over because Island Mike just said, I don't have a problem with the defense. Normally, Mike fussing about everything. Today, this is how you know that we've evolved. Shout out to our guy Mike down in Puerto Rico. Prayers for you guys' safety down there because we know y'all been getting slammed with a lot of that hurricane weather down there.
For real, man. Be careful out there, big
guys
dog.
are safe.
Mike said, no problems,
Mike, look, and Mike from Jersey and he a Falcon fan. So
That's
Mike is
crazy.
always gonna speak his mind. That's our guy right there. But boy, when he say it's no problem, we know we good. We know we're good.
I mean, I just think the defense is just going to elevate to another level. I mean, now, like I said earlier, man, I look at Grady Jarrett now. Grady Jarrett now going to be like, hey, double me if you want to, man. I got a 4-time Pro Bowler right now, all coming off the edge. What you gonna do?
I think they
if you go
doubling,
deep,
they
if you
doubling
go deep,
Judon.
yeah. If you go deep now, I got 2 free safety that are former All Pros right now that can go out there and go up there and catch it. So I'm just looking at everything coming together, piece by piece, little by little, right now. And then we still got the diamond in the rough hire and Jerry Gray that gonna coach them boys up on the back end. So I'm just loving it. Linebacker core, we still want to see what freaking Troy Anderson's gonna do, coming back off that freaking injury, and whatever the case may be. And then you still got Ella. So I'm just really excited at what the defense is gonna be in the upcoming game, man. I'm just really looking forward to it.
No problem. So what we're gonna do right now, I have a segment that we're gonna do right now called Random Questions. Just a little something that we're gonna do a little differently. I'm also gonna open it up for fans to come in and ask questions about the team or just ask us anything. This is what we're doing for the fans. So we're gonna open it up. You can talk about what you like, you wish you could see, or are you happy about everything that they've done? But while we're waiting on folks to come through, I'm gonna ask the panel a question or whatnot. How much of the game has changed since the rule changes have taken place, and you've taken the game out of defensive players' hands and now offensive players hold all the cards.
Man, it's like night and day almost. Man, just think about it, man. Just think about it. If you need at the quarterback, you pretty much either gonna get fined or you're gonna get heavily penalized. You can't even like put your body. You can't even like really tackle the quarterback. You really got to push him down to behave. And they're in this league. DB could pretty much play him with one hand tied behind their back. They really can't be defensive back in this style of game. Everybody want to keep points. Everybody want to keep scoring and whatnot. But that's just only one element of football. The other element is the defense. So, I mean, it changed dramatically or whatnot. I understand everything evolved, everything coming to the time, man. But you still need to keep the core principle of what football is, man.
Yeah, man. To piggyback off what Raybeard was saying, I mean, it's kind of taking the fun out of it because of coming from the day of when we started watching football in the early '80s. It was more violent than it is now. It's more pity pat, more of a touch football, almost kind of like So we have to adjust, just like he was saying, or it won't be no football. So I'm trying to adjust. I'm trying to slowly adjust. It's hard, but I feel like a few seasons of it, we might get acclimated to it. But it's tough. It's a tough thing to see the true football that I grew to love and grew a passion for when I was younger has changed dramatically.
So before we get anybody else to answer a question, we got to take a quick commercial break or whatnot. Y'all stand by real quick.
What the hell going on here?
What's going on here is pretty much the Saints versus the Falcons September the 29th at Dave & Buster's. We call this the hunting grounds. So all the fans of the Birdcage and the Falcons are welcome to come. We definitely would love to have you there. Also, we have a live show that will be taking place after the game. We're going to be giving out prizes for raffle tickets. So when you purchase your ticket, you're automatically in. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar there as well. So if you're not interested in the cash bar or the hors d'oeuvres, go ahead and get that food from the waiters and waitresses. So you can contact us at 404-585-1445 or the Birdcage LLC at gmail.com. You either get right or you get left. Ghost. Birdcage. So, ladies and gentlemen, we actually are going to have a party, as we said. We're serious about this. Dave & Buster's, September 29th, 1 p.m. for the Falcons game. We're going to be there live and in person, and we're going to have a live show there. Those hors d'oeuvres is what we're going to go ahead and break down: burgers, fries, and wings. And again, if you want other kinds of food and beverage, they're going to have waiters and waitresses around. Bring your singles like you would at bring your singles like you ready to mingle at Magic City Monday, like classic day or whatnot, for the bartenders up in Dave & Buster's. It's a kid environment, so you ain't gonna be sitting there making it rain like you do in the city. So, gentlemen, I have the same question I have a different question for you guys at the bottom. I'm gonna let Rich start this question right here. Now, we already talked about how the rules have changed, how defenses are playing. What position is penalized the most on the field, on the defensive side of the ball, since the game has changed? This is for the guys at the bottom.
I mean, we get a lot of interference calls. We get a lot of hands to the face. So I don't know which one is getting called the most, but I know that it was a clear advantage for defenders when they could slap them on the helmet, push them in the face, and that they kind of took that away from them, and that the offensive lineman had got a chance to adjust, because if you play football and someone's hitting you in that helmet or hitting your face and you can't see, that's not a good feeling. It's actually loud. It hurts your ears. It don't feel good, and it definitely was an advantage. Now, I have been seeing a lot of defensive interferences a lot. I don't know, man. What would y'all say? What would y'all say between those two?
Coach Cam.
Honestly, I actually pick it off what Rich was saying. The defensive line is possibly penalized more than any other position on the field, only because of the silent counts now, and the fact that they're not able to really get off the ball like they used to. So all of the hands to the face, ear holes and all that stuff, it's been taken away from them. So it's harder for them to get to the quarterback on top of all the secret holes that the offensive line loves to do. So, and then you can't touch the quarterback again. So if you breathe on the quarterback too hard, it's a penalty. And then if you look at it, the second most will possibly be like the linebackers because of the 5-yard situation. So if they touch them outside of that 5 yards, they're getting penalized for that. But more than 9 times out of 10, the defensive line off the rip gets penalized more than anybody else for those simple facts that they either hit the quarterback too hard, they driving them into the ground, phantom face mask calls that aren't really there, and then the encroachment because of the silent count. So definitely the defensive line gets penalized more than anybody else on the field.
We got a prime example of that a couple of years ago when we played Tampa when we again Baker Mayfield, Grady Jericho. Man, that was one of the most horrific calls I've seen in about at least 10 years. At least that was bad.
I'd have to say the worst would have to be when Grady sacked Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was a Tuck Rule Part 2.
I'm just being honest. Brady had a clean sack on Tom Brady, and they flagged him for unnecessary roughness. I'm sitting back like, man, all I'm gonna say is this: you as comfortable as the refs made him that day, you might as well have drawn him a bath, given him a stogie, a glass of Chardonnay, and some damn house slippers. That's what you might as well have given him, because you're taking the physicality out of the game, and you can't even sack a guy now. It's like if you breathe wrong near a quarterback, flag.
Exactly.
You literally got to ask the quarterback, "Hey, quarterback, can I hit you real quick?"
Got to get the flowers and everything.
Can I give you a little bit of shoulder today, Mr. Quarterback? Let me just go ahead and just give you a little extracurricular activity, and I'll just drag you down to the ground. Just don't throw the ball for me.
Hey, I'm gonna push you at a 45-degree angle, so therefore you won't twist nothing. So yeah, then I'm gonna help you back up. That's what we pretty much are introduced right now in this league right now. It's just crazy, man.
Hey, we got our guy Thomas on here tonight. What's going on, Thomas?
What's good, fellas? You see the light on? That way you know I got the camera on. I can't leave the light on. But I've been in the mountains, man. I couldn't come on at 8 o'clock. I was mad as hell. I was like, damn, I know they on.
Hey, man, we definitely appreciate you coming through tonight, man. So how do you feel? Now, you talked a little bit about it earlier, whatnot. How do you feel with the way that everything is going on with these Falcons now? And how do you feel that the season is lining up? And what do you think is going to change?
All right, look, I'm going to give y'all a hot take, but it's not hot to me because I bet on, to give you a little background on me, I bet on NBA and NFL every day. Well, not preseason, obviously, because that's a waste of time. But during the seasons, I know all the players. And after the show was over, I got thinking about this. I'm like, all right, so this is not guaranteed Pro Bowlers, but we have chances. If you think about it, you got 9 chances for sure for Pro Bowl and or All Pro positions, right? Because we all know Kyle Pitts coming out of Florida he was elite talent. He was like the best. He damn near was the best player in the draft. It's arguable. So he's 2 years. I meant to say this earlier, but I was getting off. He's 2 years off the surgery. So if you didn't y'all keep up camp news, he's been the best player in camp. That goes on both sides of the ball, according to what the camp news is, right? So that's one. Then you talk about Drake. Drake with Kirk Cousins, Pitts with Kirk Cousins. Like, they're going to look a lot better than they look with damn Ritter or Mariota or something, right? So that's 2. Then you got Lindstrom. Lindstrom's guaranteed, right? Kirk Cousins has a chance to be a Pro Bowler. With considering he's got Bijan, Kirk, Pitts, he got all the weapons, and then you got Bijan himself. That's down 5 people right there that not guaranteed to make it, but they're being in the conversation during the season. Say you don't make the Pro Bowl, but you was in the conversation of the Pro Bowl, right? That's still a high regard. And that's just on offense. Then you go to defense, you're talking about AJ Terrell might fuck around to be a damn All Pro.
Hey,
You got 2 All Pro
we
safety
can't
behind him.
drop F-bombs, family.
Yeah,
we
gotta
can
keep it
drop
clean.
some words, but the F-bomb, we gotta, we trying to get some monetization. We gonna get hit for that one.
Right. Nah, guys.
Yeah.
So you got AJ Terrell with 2 All Pros behind him, right? Now Judon is on the line. You got Harrison and Goldman on there. That's help around Grady. So if you look at Grady, Judon, Banks, Simmons, they're only gonna make AJ.
He done hit the portal on us, dog.
Oh yeah, you done went to another time gone.
He done hit the portal.
If you look at any football team, right? And you think you got 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers on each side of the ball, any head coach would die to have that. So I just got thinking about it after your show. I was like, man, the Falcons got. Now obviously all of them not gonna make it, like to be realistic. But it's the fact that they got the potential to make those All-Pro teams or Pro Bowl teams. Just thinking about that is mind-boggling, considering what we were looking at last year.
And the funny thing was, Rich mentioned this earlier when he talked about how they brought in 2 Pro Bowlers. You already got a Pro Bowler in AJ. You got a Pro Bowler in Caden Ellis. You got a Pro Bowler in Jesse Bates. So you have multiple Pro Bowlers on this defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the scary part. You have multiple Pro Bowlers on this defense. So when you see the change that's coming, the one thing I can say is, even though like John Harris, the Cricket Deacon, talked about it, you take the fact of intimidation out of the game. I think Atlanta brings intimidation back to the game, because if you're putting 3 to 4 hats on the ball, guys gonna get tired of getting hit.
And we got
players are not built the same way they used to be.
And we got 2 ball hawks in the back.
Yep.
2.
Exactly. And they will come up and hit you too.
I would like to speak to what Guru was just saying. Since you bet on sports, right? If you go back to, I want to say it was 2014, the whole starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks, there were starters in the All-Star game. All 5 of them.
They were.
And if you look at this defense with Simmons, Judon, Bates, AJ Terrell, and let's not leave out Kevin King, because he's one of those very sneaky glue guys that could come very beneficial. Then you have Ellis and Grady Jarrett on the line, Anyamata. And let's not forget that once preseason is over, most of these teams are going to start cutting guys. A lot of bait going to get cut. And guess who's going to start cooking again? Terry's going to get in that recipe book. Terry's going to get in that recipe book, and he's going to start doing what he do best. So we're not looking at just maybe 5 to 6 possible all-pro, Pro Bowler type players on our defense. We could be looking at a whole 11.
Yeah. Because
with the way that this defense is going to be ran, you are not just going to see certain people in one position. People are going to be used in a totally different way. So you can have a Landman, Ellis type, and Troy Anderson lineup where you're going to have a decoy, or you're going to have a spy that can end up falling in the coverage. It's the way that this defense is being ran, and Jerry Gray has already shown that he is going to leave your corners on an island. So, with the way that this team is built and already being configured, it's going to be a lot of long Sundays for opposing offenses.
Yeah. Just the defensive packaging we could just run right now, which is adding them 2 players, man. It's just, man, oh man.
You know what? We got one more, and then we're gonna wrap everything up, because he slid in here on us or whatnot. Oh, go ahead, Rich. Go ahead.
Before we wrap it up, you got to show me one more time Judon highlights, and one more time Justin Simmons highlights for everybody that's just joining us. Got to see that one more time. It's worth it.
Most definitely. While I'm pulling that up, Richie, man, go ahead and tell us a little bit of how you feeling right now while I'm pulling all this stuff up, my brother. Welcome back to the cage, man. We've missed you in here.
Mike muted.
Yeah, your mic's muted, bro. You got to unmute yourself.
All right, how y'all boys been doing today, man?
What's going on with you, big dog?
What's up?
Man, I've been smiling since this yesterday, truthfully, because one thing that I realized is we just see. I don't just watch us. You see what I'm saying? I watch I watch other groups and other teams reactions and how teams react, because a lot of teams react to what we do, whether you notice it or not. A lot of teams do. They're not gonna say it because because of that Super Bowl we lost, we get it. That's neither here nor there. But I'm gonna tell you something that I seen, because I'm slick in the Steelers group too. You know, I just like to watch different landscapes just to see of teams we got to play. Do you know, soon as we signed Simmons, they almost have guaranteed Brandon Ayuk going to the Steelers. So in my mind, that let me know we didn't just put the NFC South on notice. We put the whole league on notice. That Atlanta, because see, one thing about it, the only thing the reason the media has always talked about us, because we really haven't had a pass rusher or a defense since John Abraham and since that last Super Bowl, which happened to be an anomaly for real, because that was really a team of rookies. So when they lost them 91 plays, I wasn't mad at them like everybody else was, because I'm like, do y'all understand this is almost, I think Grady Jarrett was just fresh right in there. I'm not going to say it was his first year because I don't remember, but even he was sort of fresh when we went to the Super Bowl. So you have to take that defense into account. It's just that the head coach we had previously just wanted little trinkets and tokens of players. He didn't really want to build a team. Raheem just put him on notice, like, look, I am not Arthur Smith. We not playing around here, period. And I think Rich McKay had a lot to do with it, because it's something he said in his interview. He said that it was Terry's first year, so I had to watch him. It's almost like a father with a son with his business. See, a lot of people forget this is also business. I didn't expect Terry to be making all the moves the first year or two. I just didn't, because even with my own businesses that I have, if I have a son, I'm not giving my son my business in the first 2 years just because you feel like you worked with me for 2 years. I really got to show you how this works for real. Yeah, you have the financial wish, but you don't have the GM wish, because you have never controlled a whole team. You have assisted. So going from an assistant to the facilitator is a whole different ball game. So I understand why Rich McKay was there, because it's business. Do I think he was going to stay? If we'd have let him slide in there, that interview hadn't happened, and yeah, he'd have slid in there. So to me, it's like a gift and a curse that it seems like he was still involved, because it pointed out that Terry didn't have control. So now that you give him control, you see where their vision is going. See, us not having a pass rush to everybody else, we hadn't had a real pass rush in our mind since 2016, 2017. Let's just keep it real. And that just happened. That wasn't even supposed to happen the way it happened, because everybody was rookies, just about. We had rookies in first year, 1 year, and 2 year players. You see what I'm saying? Along with a couple of vets. Because if you remember, well, it was one game, but this is how I know what we did was how we put the league on notice for real. Because I remember it was a game I was at, right? I just so happened to look up at the Jumbotron. I forgot who we was playing. There were 2 times I seen this happen. I forget who we was playing. Do you know the all 4 offensive linemen was on Grady Jarrett? All 4 of them. Then when Grady Jarrett was mic'd up, you don't remember when Grady Jarrett said, dang, y'all not going to block no one but me. Y'all don't remember the O-lineman's response. You the only threat. This is what the O-lineman of the Colts told him. You the only threat. Then what did the whole league? Nobody was scared of our defense, bro, until last year. But we still wasn't playing top top caliber teams in my mind. Yes, I was happy to see a pass rush, but in my mind, I knew we weren't playing top tier quarterbacks neither for real. We played a lot of rookies last year, so yes, I'm proud of my defense, but with these moves that Terry has made for Coach Raheem is basically letting you know I'm here, I ain't going nowhere. Y'all ain't no sense y'all even looking for a head coach no time soon. Cause what I'm finna do is sure up the positions I seen that were lacking last year. Because if you'd have had a Simmons last year on a couple of them plays, remember one of them games? I can't even remember what game it was. I tried to put a lot of that out in my mind last year. Remember?
Carolina.
Oh man!
When Richie Grant got burnt.
Well, hey, wait a minute, because y'all gonna go off in another tangent, man. We on the time. No, hell no. We gotta get these highlights out because we on a time constraint now. Because look, as soon as you open that can of worms, everybody gonna get started on that. But we already know. But fair use. Let's talk about something positive that we just got. Ain't no need to dwell into the damn cellar today. We had as Ice Cube say, today was a good day. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Matthew Judon's highlights. Remember, he also played in Baltimore before he got to New England. So this is where it starts at, ladies and gentlemen.
Body built by Taco Bell.
Fair use.
Smith sensing pressure. Smith in trouble. Smith
got him.
Brought down.
Dang.
Matt Judon, the rookie. 3rd and 6. From the gun.
Come on.
Trying to fight it off. Slam down.
And Ben is a big boy.
Dude.
He's up around the line of scrimmage, makes plays in the running game, and then Webb back there made some great plays last week. Here we go.
You got the strip sack here by Suggs, and then the recovery.
Tim practice and throw the ball first in the OTAs and minicamps.
Well, whatever he's done, he's having a career year. 2nd and 9 here. There's no place to run or hide. Judon makes the stop. The rookie out of Grand Valley State.
Yesterday. Suggs coming with pressure. Kaiser steps up. Now Kaiser on the run. Lost the football. Knocked out by Suggs and scooped up by Matthew Judon.
Do y'all see he plays inside and outside?
Yeah, he play all over.
I don't think you can ask for a better coach, defensive end, rush coaching than Baltimore or New England.
Fair use. We got those are his rookie highlights from Baltimore. Now, here's some of his highlights from New England as we're going to get to. Oh, and guess what? We're going to start it off with these stinking.
Got all those extra for you, the number of men, which gap you were attacking, which running back, and if it was odd, it's left. If it's even, it's right.
Come here.
Under pressure. This is the linebacker.
Get used to that because he's going to do that all season against the Saints, baby.
Back-to-back weeks with a sack.
I can't believe you put the Saints on blast like that.
4-man rush. Pressure from Matt Judon. There he goes. That's a big defensive play for Matt Judon again. He's had a couple of them today.
He got no help out there, man. No help.
Tom Brady.
And there is Judon again.
Hold on. Was that was on the left tackle of Tampa?
Yes, it
was.
God
For LA, motion man Keenan Allen.
All right, Herbert.
Rush is coming.
Gotta get
Herbert
you
has to adjust.
No
and he's
change.
got to eat it.
Hey, I love his double
Let's
move.
get to the
He
23 for a first down.
And that was Panay Sewell that he just ran through, ladies and gentlemen.
Patriots recover. It's in the hands of Kyle Duggar, and he will take it.
I'm still mad we didn't draft Panay Sewell, man. That was the stupidest thing ever.
Well, he just got work. He just got work like a $2 hooker.
Well, I mean, everybody get work every once in a while. He's still all pro time.
Question: is he playing when we played the Super Bowl? Was he on the team then, or he wasn't?
No, he wasn't on the Super Bowl then because he was playing for Baltimore as a rookie.
Okay, all right.
He came into New England and actually was a 4-time Pro Bowler. So that's pretty much Judon. Now, last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and get Mr. Justin Simmons in here one more time for everybody who did not get to see this here. I do thank you guys for coming in. So we got to make sure we at least show you the products of what we have out here, ladies and gentlemen. So fair use. This is Justin Simmons, our brand new Paul Hawk.
Back hit him flat. God dang. Shout out.
I'm
Come
here.
here. Come here.
Got him.
Oh, he come flying up in there.
Very sure tackle.
That's that Ed Reed type of closing speed.
Come here. Got him. I love it. Come here, Elliott.
Oh,
get you some.
He's stuck.
Justin Simmons came up from the safety spot with a huge hit.
Hey,
And
look.
Denver takes
Hey,
over.
look.
Pocket of his sweatshirt, so Ethan Stick may
Come
be
here,
the
Herbert.
guy that snaps it out.
Look, they done banned him.
You'll see Simmons coming
Man,
over.
the Terry Font don't know what the hell he doing over there. He building a monster.
Pocket starts to collapse
Hey,
around
Ryan.
Dobbs. Watch him break on the football in front of Hawkinson.
Right,
Yes.
they killed the screen.
On what
Damn.
channel?
I'm talking about the show we doing right now.
What
Yeah,
did
they
they
killed
kill it?
him.
I guess maybe with the Simmons, maybe we were showing the Simmons highlight. It just went dark.
Well, it's on. We're still good on YouTube right now. I still see it. Oh,
Okay,
never
okay.
mind. They suspended it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's
Well,
gone, bro.
Well, since they've suspended it or whatnot, we'll end it on this note, man. You either get right or you get left. Want to thank Rich for coming through. One half of the Water Boys. No faucet, but always dripping over there. We got Coach Cam in the building. We got our guy Thomas at the bottom. King Rich at the top. You know how it go. Then we got the magnificent Birdcage crew, Coach Cam, K-Dub, and Graybeard. And myself, I'm the historian Ryan Walker. Hey, definitely appreciate you for coming through. Check us out every Thursday at 8 p.m. You either get right or you get left. We'll definitely see you next week. Peace.
Peace.
Hey.